The 75th included kit on the ALESIS Strata Prime module under the Prime Factory Sounds is titled Empty Kit, and it sounds like this. As you can hear, or more accurately not hear, there are no preset sounds for this kit. It is an empty kit for you to create your own. In this video, I will show you first how to construct your own brand new kit from scratch using the 75th kit on the Prime Factory Kits playlist. But then we will look at how to make any adjustments and changes you may wish to do on the 74 pre-existing kits on top of the 5 free additional BFD kits that you can download as well, which I have a tutorial for. Alongside the tutorial, which I will be linking in the description below, I will also link the 6 demos that I made for this kit. So check those out if you are interested. Let's get into step 1 of this video. To the right of your module, you should see a list of tabs. You've got Browse, Edit, Mix, Jam, and Trigger. What we're going to do is select Edit, which should be your kit edit, which brings you to this page here. On the left, you have got every single sample, so every drum sound listed that you can choose to select and assign to any of the drums on the Strata Prime. To the right, you've got your drum kit, and what you can do there is either with the top middle button, you've got the hit select, so whatever you hit will then become selected, or you can just choose individually any of the drums using the drum kit there. Step 1 of this video will be to work out what drum kit we want to create. Before this video, I did take the copper kit and I made some slight adjustments to make my own rock kit. So because I've got a rock kit already, I might make a heavy metal kit. As we create the kit, we want to make sure that everything fits and matches together to make it sound like one complete drum set. In order to do that, I want to make sure that my tom-toms match with the kick drum, and then find a snare drum that fits, and then some cymbals at the end of that to match with everything that I've done. This way, the main portion of the kit is all complete. You've got a snare, which usually you can kind of switch out, and then also having a hi-hat, which matches this stuff, and then cymbals that go together with the hi-hat. So as long as the tom-toms and the kick match, you've got half the kit. Get a snare or two that you think fit, and then get a hi-hat that works with everything, and then the cymbals to match the hi-hat. That is the way that we'll go about it, which means let's look for some tom-toms. Again, we're creating a metal kit, so we want to find something that's really big and powerful. As I mentioned before, we have got a list of every single kit piece, every single sample that we can add to any of the drum triggers. What I can do is either A, just type in tom at the top in the search bar, or B, I go to the class tab to the left of the list and then find tom-tom. Now we have a list of only the tom-toms that are included with the Strata Prime. We can go a step further and make this even more precise by either A, using the search bar and searching things like pearl or Gretsch or 12-inch tom-tom or mahogany or birch. So sizes, brand, and type of wood that could be used for the tom-toms. Or we can go to the library tab, which is underneath the class tab that we used just before, and I've now got the option to be even more specific with acoustic sounds, electronic sounds, or the BFD sounds for each of the drums. Really quickly, let me just explain what BFD is. Essentially, you've got professionals that take something like your snare drum into a studio, an acoustic snare, hit it a million times, record it, average it out, create a little portion of a sample, then hit it with different velocities, and eventually after hitting it a billion times, recording it a billion different times, and then averaging it out, you then have a really, really acoustic, accurate sample. One of the best parts about the Strata Prime is that ALESIS have already included some of the BFD software into the module, so you already have some really good professional sounding acoustic samples for your kit. Of course, you can go and buy more off of the BFD website, but we should be pretty much good to go. I don't want electronic sounds. I just don't want to have electronic kits. I'm not a big fan of that, so we're going to skip that completely and just jump into the acoustic sounds, and we're going to have a quick little look at what's there. There's Austin. I'm a guitar player, not a drummer, so I don't know drum brands off by heart, but you've got Can, what I'm assuming is Gretsch. There's, I think that's Pearl, Rem, Sun. If I really quickly stop there on those samples, you can see on the far right that you've got tom mallet, tom brush, tom stick, mallet, brush, stick. So not only do we have different sounds for the tom-toms, we also have different sticking for the tom-toms. To try out each of these samples, you would normally need to select your drum, choose a sample, play the sample a few times on that drum, figure out if you want to keep it or not, and then do that repetitively until everything is done. But with the Strata Prime, this is one of the coolest things about it, with the massive touchscreen, what we need to do is touch each of the samples. Closer to the left, you've got the really quiet hit like that. Closer to the right, you've got the big pounding hits like that. And you can test out each of the samples without needing to assign anything and wait for things to load. So it's just a lot quicker and a lot more functional. So Austin 12-inch steel tom, that actually sounds all right. The steel, let's go walnut. Don't really like that walnut very much. So we'll go steel tom, that sounds cool. Those are definitely options. They're definitely in the module, just not the greatest sounding ever. So what I'm going to do is get out of the Prime Acoustic and head back to the library and go to the Dark Farm. That's cool. So now we've got these copper and mahogany kits by Q. Again, sorry I don't know drum brand names, but these sound good. I like them. They're very nice and deep. So if I quickly try out mahogany versus copper. Let's give them a go. So I'm going to choose hit select. I'm going to hit this tom-tom. Now that has been selected. I can scroll down and choose the 10-inch collect tom. That sounds alright. Next one we'll do as the 12-inch. And there are my tom-toms almost complete. 10, 12, 14, and 14 at the same pitch. So this is good, 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 but then that's the same. So what we're going to do is head over to the Tweaks tab on the bottom of this page, and then go Tuning and drop that by, we'll go -2. And if we give that a listen, much better. Tom-toms are good. Kick drum. I'm going to hit that, which means my kick drum should be selected. And now what I'm going to try and do is go search and type in DUB again and see if there are any kicks. There is a 20-inch collect kick. I don't mind that. I think that sounds pretty good. Usually it is your snare and cymbals, hi-hat included, that will switch out. You usually keep the tom-toms and the kick matching and then switch around your snare and cymbals. So with that in mind, we could create multiple variations of this one dub kit. So we could do this with a really big punchy snare. We could do one with a really tight, high-pitched snare. We've got a whole lot of options, and that's another reason why I love an electric kit. So tom-toms, kick, snare. What matches them? Again, I'm going to head over to class, go to snare, and then library. I'm going to go BFD farm and see what's here. Q Ludwig SNR big snare, senior 14-inch big. That actually fits really well. We'll try out the other ones, but that's definitely a really big option. We'll just go back up. So Ludwig 14-inch BB snare. There's this steam snare. yes, that fits well with those, which obviously go together really well already. This is sounding like a complete kit. Very happy about that snare. That sounds good. We'll keep that. Let's move on to the hi-hat, figure out what we want from that, and then from that we can work out our cymbals, because we'll find if I want Zildjian or Sabian or whatever, and then whatever that hi-hat is will match the same over there. So hit your hi-hat to select. Hi-hat, we'll go to library, and then may as well just go back to BFD. So here's an MU Black C hi-hat. Click that, give that a go. Get distracted by watching all this move around. I said I wouldn't do any more double kick, I'm sorry. Remember that one, because that could be cool. Doesn't fit, so we are going to, for the first time in this kit, get rid of the BFD and go to Prime Acoustic. And we've now got quite a few Zildjians, a PST, which is pasty. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but I know I like them. It's been about 20 minutes now, and I think I've just decided on the original one, the pasty 15-inch dark hi-hat. .21 inch. Time for some pasty crashes. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, I don't know drums. So now I can just go into the search bar and type in PST, tick, and now we've got splashes. There's a modern crash, got thin crashes, Chinas. I don't want Chinas. We'll go, let's have a look, listen to the 18-inch signature crash. Not a fan of that. Modern crash over there, and here we'll try thinner crash. I think we have a completed drum kit. All I need to do now is click the save button in the top right. We'll go save as kit 75. Now that we have completed the kit, which we'll have saved under browse, playlists, and then user kits, down the bottom there I have kit number 75. Now that we have all of that saved, we're going to really quickly do a summary over everything we've covered in this video by changing one of the preset kits. When I bought this kit, the first thing I did was, of course, load in the very first sample kit. So New York Maple Kit, which sounds like this. which is, it's an alright sounding kit. I don't mind it. I don't like the hi-hat at all. So, we're going to change that. Just as we did at the beginning of the video, we're going to go back to kit, to the home page, select edit, and that brings us to this page that we've been working on for the whole video. Hit select or individually select the drum on the image there. This tells me we're using a Zildjian 14-inch Space Dry Effects hi-hat. Let me double check that these cymbals are also Zildjian. Which they are. So we'll keep to a Zildjian hi-hat. If I type in Zil, I've now got my Zildjian hi-hats. We've got this Cast Pro Dark Beat Rod, Dark Beat Stick, the bad one, and then we've got, let's try this, the 15-inch light hi-hat, which I did kind of like when I was trying out the other hi-hats, but let's give this a go. I'm happy because that didn't take too long at all. This is sloshy, a bit sloppy, so is that, which means that fits really well with everything else. It's Zildjian, just as the cymbals are, which means they're all working together. They already sound good with the tom-toms and the kick that match. Snare drum fits in nicely. That is it. Just as we did before with our own kit, I'm gonna head to the top right in the module and click save. If you have any questions about any stage of this video, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll link a few other videos on the ALESIS Strata Prime in the description as well. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video, which will be a review of this kit.